Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into a text that touches on something we all go through at some point, those deeply frustrating delays and periods of just absolute intense uncertainty. You know the ones. So, let's jump right in and unpack the hidden purposes behind those moments when life just feels entirely stuck.
The text throws this massive paradigm-shifting question our way. What if the confusion in your life right now is actually God trying to protect you? It's asking us to totally flip our perspective. Think about the closed doors you've run into lately, the sleepless nights, those sudden, unexpected delays. Our first instinct is almost always to view these as punishments, right? Or failures. But what if, just what if, they're actually a hidden, highly intentional form of protection? Section 1. The Illusion of Rejection. Here we explore why our feelings of being abandoned are often just that, an illusion.
The text kicks off by validating a very real, very heavy human pain, the feeling that heaven is just silent. It completely acknowledges that sinking exhaustion, when you've been praying, hoping, or working so hard for a breakthrough, and literally nothing changes. In those moments of total uncertainty, it's so incredibly common for fear to just swoop in and replace faith. It doesn't brush past this pain, it gets right down in the trenches with you.
Now, it's so easy to look at a lost job, a broken relationship, or an opportunity that just vanished into thin air and feel the harsh sting of rejection. You might naturally think, well, my prayers were completely ignored, but the text presents a really powerful alternative. What if this is actually the wrong path being blocked off? What if things are being actively removed and plans are being derailed to save you from a destructive future that you just can't see yet?
To back this up, the text roots itself in ancient wisdom, specifically this anchoring verse from the book of Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. The core message here is all about recognizing our own cognitive limits. We're simply not meant to rely solely on our own restricted, human vision when we're trying to navigate life's crazy complexities.
And that kind of trust becomes absolutely necessary when you compare our limited human vision to a divine ability to see the entire road ahead. Think about it logically. If our vision is restricted to just the few feet right in front of us, all we see is the immediate obstacle. We just see the dead end. So we have to trust the broader perspective, the one that sees the final destination, the necessary detours, and the hidden traps. When you realize you're being asked to trust a complete map rather than your own localized view, that changes everything.
Section 2. The Hidden Preparation. Shifting from present pain to unseen productive work.
Have you ever noticed how God often works in total silence? It's a profound thought. It pushes us to realize that the most transformative work rarely ever comes with a loud, flashy announcement. Instead, it happens quietly, deliberately, way beneath the surface of our everyday lives.
Think about a seed growing underground. All that vital germination happens in total darkness, long before anyone sees a single green sprout. Or think about the sunrise. It begins long before the rest of the world wakes up. The light is coming even while it's still pitch black outside. In that exact same way, the text suggests your breakthrough is being prepared right now, in places you can't see. Just like that seed or that impending sunrise, unseen does not mean inactive.
And this brings us to a really critical redefinition of the waiting season. A waiting season is not a pointless delay. It's not some cosmic traffic jam. It is a time of vital preparation, where things are being purposefully arranged behind the scenes. According to the text, God doesn't delay without a purpose. So while you're worrying and pacing the floor, the stage is actively, meticulously being set for your next chapter.
Here's a crucial takeaway to really internalize. The person you are becoming tomorrow requires lessons you must survive today. Those specific, heavy burdens you're enduring right now, they aren't random accidents. They are absolute requirements. The strength, the wisdom, and the resilience you're going to need for your destined future are being forged right now in the exact struggles of your present.
Section 3. Trusting the Silence. Exploring the profound necessity of surrender.
The material speaks with such deep empathy directly to the exhaustion so many of us feel, smiling on the outside but exhausted and just entirely tired of overthinking on the inside. This is for the person who's carrying massive burdens all alone, putting on a brave face for the world but internally constantly asking, why is this happening to me? The text truly sees and acknowledges that profound weariness.
To counter that exact weariness, it offers this powerful promise from the book of Isaiah. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. This is meant to anchor you. It confirms that even when heaven feels completely silent, even when you can't feel any sort of divine presence in the room,
You are still being actively led and protected.
The text breaks down this presence to ensure absolute clarity. First, not around you. The divine presence isn't just hovering somewhere in your general vicinity, detached, just casually observing your struggles from a safe distance.
Second, not far from you. Heaven hasn't forgotten your name, and it definitely isn't keeping a safe, hands-off distance from your unique pain and your specific struggles.
And finally, with you. This completely solidifies the ultimate comfort. The promise is intimately close. It's immediate. It means being right there with you, squarely in the middle of the storm. The promise isn't about avoiding the rough waters. The promise is about never, ever being alone in them.
Because of this continuous, unseen presence, the material strongly advises us to stop fighting battles we were never asked to carry in the first place. It gives us a really clear path forward on what we need to give up tonight. Surrender your fear. Surrender your confusion. And maybe most importantly, surrender the future you keep trying so desperately to control. Letting go of these 3 distinct burdens is the absolutely necessary step toward real relief.
And that act of surrender leads directly to this profound truth. Peace begins when trust replaces panic. True, lasting peace doesn't start when your problem is finally solved. It starts at the exact moment when absolute trust finally overrides our human instinct to just panic.
A closed door is not always rejection. Sometimes it is divine protection. I really hope this explainer leaves you armed with a fresh perspective on your own obstacles. So the next time you face a massive delay or a crushing closed door, you have to ask yourself, are you actually being rejected, or are you just being prepared for something you aren't quite ready to see yet? Keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next one.